not only being a co-star, but not really existing now.
Okay.
But as I sat there and thought about like why I don't want to live anymore, you know, this whole thought was because of this woman, I was fine. I wanted a career, future.
Okay.
Since then, I've lost all, you know, little halves of it.
Okay.
You know, I blame her for all of it.
Right.
And instead of me take myself out, you know, in my bedroom or something, I want to show her what she created, and then basically enter.
Okay, so so prior to your arrival, you decided that you wanted to show her, or I think you said take her out. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When you say take her out, what did you mean?
Murder.
You wanted to murder her. Okay. And that was while you were down in Virginia. You developed that. Attitude.
Yes.
Okay. Can you hold on 1 second? Yes. Okay. Prior to you coming up here, you decided that you were going to come up here to see her, correct?
No, not exactly. That kind of.
Well, all right. So as we were, before the phone rang, you indicated, or you said that you were developing a plan to come up here to murder her, correct? Okay. And the way that you were going to murder her was how?
The initial plan was to do the breach with the shotgun, and through that, you know, during the middle of the night, that should scare them, provide the fear that I had during that night at her house. And go up there. I didn't want to touch Anna at all, and I consider total innocent the white man. And so I wanted to basically, I had a knife on me, on the belt, and I wanted to use that to do, you know, some kind of quick. I didn't want anything gruesome, but as far as I knew, it straight to the heart.
So you were going to take the knife and put it into her chest?
Correct.
And you just said put it into her heart?
Correct.
Okay.
But that didn't happen.
Okay. What did happen?
I don't know how long it was. You know, of course, it felt like a long time due to the whole thought process all in there. But as I already got antsy and wanted to retreat, that's when they threw the mattress up.
You say they. Who else was there?
It's just Anna and Lisa.
Anna and her wife?
Lisa is the main person. Her wife is Anna.
Okay. So how did you get in? You say you breached the door?
Correct.
And how did you breach the door?
Shotgun.
Okay. And how did you breach it?
I placed the shotgun between the lock, or the lock and the frame, and blew that away.
Okay, so you pulled the trigger on the shotgun
Correct.
and blew the locking mechanism on the door apart, and then the door opened?
Well,
The
one
door.
shot to the lock, one shot to the other lock,
Okay.
and then just the like.
Okay, so you were able to get into the apartment.
Correct.
And what happened once you stepped inside?
I went up the stairs, directly to my right. I think that's where our bed would be. A cat actually, actually kind of a big cat, because the cat came and pounced on me,
Okay.
but that was a really weird moment. It pounced on me, bounced off, and I just did not acknowledge it.
Okay.
And that's when I opened the door to the room, and they were there.
Okay, and what happened when you opened the door up to the bedroom?
Well, I yelled, get down, face down, hands up, behind red.
Okay, and what did they do?
Obviously, did not comply.
Okay, and what did you do?
First kept on saying it.
She kept what?
I kept on saying it.
Okay, you kept saying
Get
get down.
Get down.
Yeah, and what happened?
Did not get down. Sat down on the floor.
Okay, and then what happened?
They wanted to lose was, you know, just Steve trying to steal stuff, but then I had a mask on, pulled it off.
Okay, what kind of mask did you have on?
It was a pellet club.
A what?
A pellet club.
Okay, and you say you took the mask off?
Correct.
And what happened after you took the mask off?
Well, she immediately said my name. Instead of saying my name.
Okay. And prior to you exiting your vehicle, and walking to the apartment, did you put the mask on?
Mask had been on since the hotel.
The mask?
Since I left the hotel.
Okay, so you wore the mask out of the motel?
I was fully facing geared up.
Okay, so you geared yourself up at the motel?
Right. No weapons on me.
The weapons what were in your vehicle? So you took the mask off, and did she recognize you immediately, you said? And what happened after that?
I kept telling them to put their hands up. I had zip tie cuffs and normal cuffs. And I wanted the normal cuffing.
Okay. Did you cuff them?
No.
Okay. What happened?
Well, they would not, comply, I guess.
Okay.
And that's what proceeded. I told her, she asked me why I was there, I told her why.
And what did you say?
I told her, here I am, this is what you did to me 2 years ago when you raped me. Even though it's not a physical rape, it was the, basically a rape of the mind from a sexual attack.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that was back forth. She told me her side story, which I've never heard, saying she told the Coast Guard investigative service she was drunk.
Right.
She wasn't aware of her actions.
Okay. And then what happened?
She was saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
I told her that it took me over 2 years to say you're sorry. I never did. You guys made my career, because that due to the investigation and then putting it on me is now affecting my promotion to where I basically can't happen.
Okay.
So before that, not how the promotion part, but just how you made me the bad guy in all this.
Right.
And basically, she was saying I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay. And then what happened?
Pretty much, it's, they said I could leave, no one will know this, but I told them this.
Okay. And so did you assault her in any means?
Did not touch.
Okay. Did you go forward to try to kill her?
Not with the plan I had to everything.
Okay. Well, what's the plan about what actually happened?
I started, because the window keeps out facing towards where the burning car would be at.
Okay.
I also try to keep an eye on for lights, siren lights. I saw nothing.
Light siren, you referring to police vehicles?
Correct. Okay. I saw nothing, but still felt like I'd been inside the bedroom for way too long.
Okay.
So they were trying to fall back, and that's when they, because the only light I had in source was, I was using the, I had a pistol time for light on it.
Yeah.
I holstered that and into the rifle, which also has a light on it. And that's only a momentary pressure switch.
Okay.
So as soon as that went off and I was looking down the stairwell, that's when they threw the mattress up.
Yeah.
And then that's when I dropped the rifle and switched back to pistol.
Okay.
What was the thought process then? What were you thinking?
I wasn't sure
What do you
what,
think was going to happen?
after the mattress flew up, I wasn't sure what they had
Okay.
done.
All right,
I
so-
knew I had to complete the mission, which was terminating. So,
Okay, and did you terminate the mission?
I think so.
Okay, so while the mattress was up, correct? You discharged the firearm? And which firearm was that?
The pistol.
Okay, and where did you discharge it to, and where did you?
In the direction that I knew Lisa was underneath the mattress.
Okay, and did the discharge of the firearm, did it strike her?
I heard the gurgling noises.
Okay, the gurgling noises, and what do you mean by that?
No longer make noises, that's where gurgling, which also means blood.
You saw her bleeding?
I didn't see bleeding, but I heard the noises of struggling because of internal bleeding probably.
Okay, and did you, so that pistol, how many times did you discharge it?
I got the whole magazine, it was 15 round magazine.
So you emptied the magazine? Okay, so is it fair to say that, so it was one in the chamber, plus 15 in the magazine?
No.
Okay, well, it was 15. And you discharged, how do you know you discharged 15?
Because I emptied it. So it was not and the ballistics out of the penetrate.
Okay.
And I did not know where her exact body was.
All right. And you had that pistol pointed at her the entire time that you were discharging the 15 rounds? Is that correct?
I
Okay.
did not want to put her hand.
Okay. And what was Anna saying during this time?
I didn't think of his words or his skills.
Okay. And then after you emptied the magazine or emptied the pistol, what did you do?
I reloaded it, holstered it.
So you had an extra magazine for that pistol on your person? And where was that at?
I had 2 magazines on the belt. And,
Was it a military style belt?
I guess you could say so.
Okay.
Kydex style.
Okay.
I reloaded.
Yeah.
Reloaded from there and holstered it and switched to the rifle and see what you make sure that outside was clear or not, and then retreat to that snowbank with 22 rifle bed.
Okay, so you had 2 rifles, is that correct?
That 22 rifle.
Okay, and that was out in the snow,
Yes.
along with the additional rifle that you entered into the apartment. So then when you retreated out of the apartment, you got outside, tell me again what happened out there.
I had a water bottle that I had threw down there. I was surprised that my mom even to easily say, hey, the water bottle's still there. Popped it open, took sweating, tossed it, jumped into the snow, and I just sat there. The 22 rifle, knowing it was a tiny round, was hoping just and once officers arrived, I was going to, I want to fire for effect, basically.
You wanted to what?
Fire for effect.
What do you mean by that?
Fire round trees at lights. So they would, get scared and retreat with it. And then knowing that they said, okay, this guy obviously has a weapon, the next action probably would have been to shoot me.
Did you want them to shoot you?
Yes, I was expecting that to happen.
So, going back to your original plan, you anticipated that at some point law enforcement would arrive because somebody would have heard or
Yes.
a report would have been made to the local police department?
Yes, I tried to make myself, I guess, as threatening as possible. I'm surprised you guys were extremely, bored was the right word, but very disciplined on taking me down, not taking me down, but arresting me cleanly. Against my parents.
So you intended for the police to arrive, and your intentions were to fire at them with the hopes that they would fire back at you, is that correct?
Correct.
And why was that?
That's the proper response when someone fires at you.
So you did discharge your firearm when you originally had described seeing a silhouette.
Yes, way later, after.
Did you notice that, did you see a police cruiser, did you see police uniforms?
I saw lights from the street leading up,
You describe the lights, okay?
red and blue,
Blue lights?
red and blue.
Okay. It's fair to say that it was an emergency vehicle?
Yes.
So
I saw the vehicle though, I saw the light, but not the snow.
But it's fair to say that there was first responder presence,
There was a
whether it was
awareness that
fire,
that
or
they-
whether it was police. Okay.
And the silhouette, I could basically see a firearm stance coming at me. It was not a civilian crouching away or a paramedic or a firefighter crouching in this direction.
What were your first thoughts of what it would be?
It was an officer with his firearm raised, crouching.
So there was no doubt in your mind that that was a policeman?
No, I did not say bad or anything, but there was no doubt it was a trained person with a firearm.
And when you saw that person, what did you do?
I fired.
And how many rounds did you discharge when you saw that person that
I
you
was
just...
at 4.
4? Okay. And then what happened after you discharged?
And I retreated, and that's where I stopped, stood there, because I sat in a chair first, and then stood up and moved on my weapons.
What were you feeling? I'm just asking, what were you feeling when this was all going on?
Which one?
When you were firing at that silhouette with the emergency lights in the distance, what were you feeling?
Well, the feeling that the silhouette was, do I just sit here, let him come up on me and gun me down there? Or the response of, there is an opposing force, not forward coming at me.
Sure.
And
Because you had already indicated that your agenda was to do what you had come to do, and if you had taken on an opposing threat, you had already indicated you were gonna,
engage.
exactly. So, when you saw that silhouette, and it may or may not be a police officer, what was going through your mind?
I've said it several times, but was a man with a firearm, silhouette firearm coming at me.
So it's fair to say that it didn't matter, you were going to take out the threat?
Yes.
Okay.
It was I can't verify it was an officer, but I can verify it was a person with a firearm stance, crouching before me.
And you say you came out the front door of the building. Where the officer was standing, or whoever you shot at was standing, they were in the parking lot, you said? Were they're coming across the parking lot towards you, or where? I'm just trying to get where you were, like how you positioned yourself.
If you want me to draw it right now, it's really fresh in there. If you want me to draw it up.
Yeah,
You want to get tapping?
yeah, well, he's gonna get a pad of paper so you can draw it out for us. Thomas, this is Detective Donovan. He works with us, he's with the Mass. No, this, what's your first name?
Exactly.
Detective Donovan, he's with the Massachusetts State Police. I'm gonna step out of the room for 1 minute, okay? And then we're gonna continue this conversation, okay? I'm gonna step over with Detective Donovan, I'll be right back, okay?
You put your hands on your lap and make sure you don't something.
I'll keep all so you guys can see.
Take a stretch if you want, jurors.
Let me get another chair. Okay.
You want to grab another chair?
Yes, yeah, you can. Okay, so prior to my stepping out of the room, you were gonna do a diagram, is that correct? Alright. Before we start the diagram, is there anything there at the scene over there where this all took place that we should be concerned about, that maybe in the snowbank, any type of an
So the
explosive
fire
device?
hydrant near the front car is just a fake looking bomb-like device, falls inside of the rails.
Describe that to me.
There's two Coke bottles,
2 Coke
2
bottles,
liter bottles.
2 liter bottles, yeah,
One was full of Skittles, one was full of M&Ms.
okay.
And wrapped on it was a power supply from a whole computer, had wires out of it.
Who placed that device in the scene?
I did, I talked.
Okay. And is it fair to say that you put that device together for a reason?
Oh, wait, all right, so let's go back to that. You said that there's 2 liter bottles, and one's full with Skittles and the other one's filled with what?
M&Ms.
Okay. And where are those located at? Okay. Are there any, and so you're telling me that those are not real? You made it to look real?
I don't know what actual real explosive device looks like, but I would know the.
Okay. Let me ask you this, just for officer safety and for everybody's
There's
safety?
nothing out there.
Okay.
The boombox, the musical device, there was a smoke grenade and a CO2, looking, it was like a flashbang, but it's actually just a CO2 popping noise maker. And that was just to, if anybody looked at it, just kind of, back off a bit, add more time.
All right,
So,
so,
the actual,
and
part
where-
of the,
and where's that boombox located at?
I think the mailbox.
By the mailbox? You used the mailbox outside of the young lady's apartment? And there's no device that's attached to it, just to look like one?
Well, yeah, there's that CO2 device and it's
Okay. Any other, make-believe?
there was the CO2 grenades that they were on Stillbank or 22 Ripple, right? I think that's what they do that.
And you're saying those are not real?
They're not real as what you would think it would be a flashbang. They are designed to look like one with full payouts. They can be CO2 into a little plastic container and inflates and pumps.
Okay. Anything else that you put over there to make them think? To make anyone think?
I guess they're called rape alarms.
Called what?
Rape alarms.
Okay.
They're for joggers. You have a little pin on it. If you think a mugger or a rapist is coming on, you pull the pin and it makes a little siren, like a smoke detector.
And where is that located at?
While they were in my pants,
They're in your pants?
while they were removed.
Okay. All right, so that was on your person when you were brought into the police
And that's
station?
what they would look like, something else.
All right, anything else?
That's all I know.
You sure about that?
Correct.
All right. So, you say you want to describe, you want to do me a diagram of how you placed your vehicle over there, is that right?
No, well, I was going to show you, I guess, what I saw from the shooting of the officer.
Okay. You want to do a diagram of that?
And I'll go.
Okay, sure.
Same questions on that one. So, the main road.
What do you indicate that main road as? You're familiar with the area, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, and the main road,
Well, nothing, this would be
The Roundhouse Road?
Roundhouse.
Okay.
A little. Right, so it's not to scale up. There was a parking lot trail. And then up here, so here's the house where I went behind. It's not to scale, but that's where I put down the guns.
What kinds of loans?
They are 15 pistol.
Okay.
So there'll be a pathway on that way and then this way. Way.
And it's fair to say that's a woods
Or
or wooded area?
So this is a house. Woods, snow. Let's actually go like this. So come through here, walk it.
Yeah. Where did you park the car?
The car is way up here. This is the main road over here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm walking towards it basically.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
So over here, walk by watch. Saw how Queen's Trail was and how it was, this is risen up, I guess.
Yeah.
And up here, behind Snowbank, through these trees is the parking lots, the other parking lot. There's no lights in this parking lots.
Okay.
From what I can remember, it was pretty dark. There was lights in the background. You can see the Snowbank from the main road, and that's where you can see the siren lights flashing.
Okay.
And in this parking lot, that's where I saw the silhouettes of firearm stance advancing.
Okay.
So it was over here, I was right here.
All right. Okay. Based on the description and the events as they unfolded, as you described them to us here in this room tonight, do you form an opinion or do you have an idea of what you did tonight?
I guess
And what was it that you did?
I murdered a woman.
And what was that woman's name?
It's Belanga.
All right. What else did you do?
I opened fire on a police officer.
And when you opened fire on that police officer, what was your intent?
I think that was to engage in a fire.
Okay. And you're fully aware of the fact that by engaging yourself in that firefight, that those discharged bullets from your
Are
firearm
going to the target.
were going into that target. So you intended to shoot at the target.
Yes.
Okay, so the person that was holding that firearm, your intent was to land those bullets into that person. Is that correct? All right. So is it fair to say that your intent was to murder that person also?
I guess that's what it is.
Okay. And so, I guess, and what you're saying to me is that your intent was to first go there to murder the young lady.
Correct.
And you completed that. Is that correct?
Correct.
By going into the room, by, as you described, shooting out the door handle with the shotgun.
Correct.
And then the two young ladies being in the bedroom. And then you discharged the first, you put the rifle back, is that correct? Or,
The rifle was always slung.
okay, but you discharged your pistol, and you emptied the magazine, you reloaded the magazine, and you holstered it, is that correct? And then you departed, or you exited that apartment, and then you went outside and went behind the snowbank, is that correct? Where the second rifle was located there? And then that's when, shortly thereafter, you saw the silhouette.
No. This was, I want to say 2:30. So I was laying there for quite a while. Knew how horrible the position was, and that's when I left. I brought the tank right with me. I ran up another house, sat there for a bit, couldn't see anything, I just sat there. And that's where I realized this was just a waste of weights, and that's where it started to change right. And then that's when this is south. And here is parking lots, here's the house, about the house and the parking lots, on the snow, about the snow, sit around the house, and then look down the road, and here, here, fire, trees, drop off weapons, come out, hands up, so we can find out.
Okay, all right. And at your room, at the Quality Inn, correct? What room number is that again? Okay, and as we speak right now, what is present inside that room right now?
Clothing, there's a backpack that I've had for almost 4 years now. It was the car, passed out in the middle of the trip. There's clothing,
Okay,
supplies, all that kind of stuff.
is there anything else in there?
Not
Are
really.
there any other firearms in there? Any type of, any explosive devices or anything of that nature?
This is, well, I guess say look weird is just the battery charger for the vehicle.
It's a battery charger?
It should be just saying something.
Now, the vehicle that you drove up to Massachusetts and into the town of Bourne here, which vehicle is that?
It is a Mazda 3 500.
Is that the vehicle that you lit on fire?
Yes.
Okay. So that vehicle is, you lit that on fire?
Correct.
Okay. No other vehicles in this area that you have? Do you have any other questions? I have any questions?
I guess anything else we need to be on that USB stick and the hard drive that's going to be saved in the hotel room.
Okay, what would be on that USB stick?
There is a 250-page Word document that's detailing everything up from when I first met Lisa to when I decided I didn't want to exist anymore and not have her.
Okay, so what is it? Are you telling me it's basically a diary? Or a plan or what you had intended on doing up here?
I guess it's an okay word entirely. It's basically just here's what I was thinking and what happened. It's also all the facts I know. None of it's exaggerations or false stuff. It's all facts.
Okay, and that was on your person when you were brought in here?
Okay. Not the crime.
Did you inform anyone else?
Yes, I informed those new.
No, I mean, sir, prior to this happening,
No,
did you inform anyone else that you were gonna carry out this event?
I'm sorry, is it Thomas or Adrian?
it's Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. Again, I'm Trooper Donovan. I'm kind of showing up late and I apologize. So I don't have a lot of the, I have some of the background information. If it would be all right with you, if we could back up a bit. You've already discussed some of these things initially with Detective Doble. Can we go back to the beginning? Would that be all right with you?
Which part of the game?
The very beginning. What led you to come up here? Because I see you live in Texas. Are you stationed in Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry if I know it's been quite a night for you.
Well, let's say
Yeah, there's a camera.
I didn't make it
Things.
super easy, but that document
On the USB stick?
will tell you everything.
Okay. But it's important too that
I understand. I'm saying
we have your voice.
it should be on recording already, so you can just go to that recording and then
You made a recording?
we've done a recording right now.
Oh, yeah, I know, I understand, but I know nothing other than just walking in. So it's just curious. I'm getting bits and pieces, so I don't understand, and I want to understand. So
Okay.
Well, I don't want to also,
reinvent the wheel, or
a horrible criminal on this, but
well, I mean, I'm not.
we do have technology already, where it's recording, listen to the recording, and you can read the documents. I'm not trying to dismiss you, sir, I'm just saying.
No, I understand. So what else is in the room? You said there's a USB stick and there's something
That's
else.
a hard drive,
A hard drive.
and clothing, and a supply backpack. And that's not for anything related to this, it's just a car broke down in the middle of Arizona.
And if I may, it's fair to say that you recorded everything because you believed that at the end of this event, you may not be with us. Is that correct?
Correct.
You wanted everything to be recorded because you had the intention of having everything left behind on some sort of a device. That's fair to say.
I didn't want to be any question saying it's a senseless murder
Right.
or a terrorist attack or anything like that. It was a very personal act of revenge.
Okay.
It was,
And this was against Lisa?
and I guess for your little, sorry, sir, that your act was for a sexual assault from her on me that I wanted to get revenge on. And also, I didn't want to.
When did that happen?
I'll do a little quick one just for you.
All right, I appreciate it. No, I'm sorry. I know, like I said, I'm showing up late and I'm sitting here, my head's spinning and I just,
So September 2012,
okay.
the date is the 9th of September 2012. She invited me to her house while her wife was away. And then she proceeded to fondle herself and then tried to make physical contact on me. Then pulled me to her bedroom, telling me, let's do it, which there's no way I could, mishear that as other than sexual intercourse.
Right.
And then I was in a frozen state at that time, and surprised not being right now, really, but I was horribly shaken at that point. And since that point, I've been deteriorating.
What was your relationship with her? Was she someone you
my
worked with?
coworker.
Was she your superior or were you guys equals?
At the time, she was my technically subordinate, but it was never that kind of actual relationship. It was just a military back instruction.
Anything else happen after that?
There was further encounters, nothing really sexual, but more of sort of, I guess, power plays. We worked in this word.
Okay.
I wrote a letter to her to tell her what, because I know she did, how I come out of it, how I was feeling, just so she would know, how I was feeling.
So you took the time to write her a letter and explain to her, because I don't think you mentioned that earlier,
I did, I think, but
that you were a
basically,
letter.
I think I told you when I gave her evidence. I provided text messages when she invited me over to her house, text messages after I left her house,
Okay.
and then I gave them emails and
I'm sorry, you gave her like police?
Coast Guard investigations.
Oh, okay. This all happened?
And this is why, after I gave the letter to her, she then labeled me as a, well, she basically just kind of got really angry at that. I felt that she was going to make it her own thing, making up basically lies. So I went to CGIS, the Federal Investigation Service, to get my sort of record. I didn't really care. Something would have. I knew like the letter was a very personal letter. It was nothing me hard. It was just like, here are feelings.
Your letter to her?
Yes.
Okay.
So by the commandant's instructions, it's considered not sexual harassment, but like harassment, like unwanted, feelings. And then, they use that and took it on me, saying I was.
So they turned it on you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did you say in your letter to her?
I think it's just detailed from the net to how the ups and downs of it, to the night at her house, how I came out of it, the other ups and downs after that, and then where I was at the point when I wrote the letter. I was kind of happy and we were kind of friends at the point.
When you wrote the letter to her? So you write the letter, she gets it, and what happens then?
She first was really happy when she was reading it. Then she got kind of teary-eyed, and she got very mad, and then she just got very dismissive, and then we didn't speak for a month. And then I left her training, came back, and then I started the investigation because I felt. So I also sent a letter to her wife because I didn't want to do, I don't know if you guys noticed yet, I want everything out there. I told her wife too, like, send a copy of the letter saying, here's what your wife did. And I was just saying stuff to your wife, I don't want you never to hear this. And then took it the wrong way, I guess.
The two of them, then Lisa and Anna, correct?
So when I came back from training, it was I was in trouble. Not in big trouble, it was why are we doing this? Why are we expressing feelings through a letter?
Who asked that question?
And that was my surprise. And that's why I don't like what they said about how they said that. And I just want to get on record at CJS to begin an investigation.
Is that investigation still ongoing?
No, that's when it closed. When I transferred from Kodak Glass, where it happened at, to Chesapeake, Virginia, my first day of arrival, I was presented a, it's called page 7, in the legal term. It's basically a disciplinary sheet saying,
JP?
No, not well, not
Because I was in the Marines, so we had page 11.
okay, yeah, I guess it's
So it's in your service record book, it's more of a counseling?
Non-judicial.
Okay.
And then stated I use my power as a E5 to her E4 at the time, which the commander on the phone, as a commander from Kodiak calling Chesapeake in a conference call to present me this page 7. And then I told I'm not signing this, every single bit of this is wrong. I understand I presented a letter that was, I liked her, I didn't like her at the time, I liked her, not as a romantic thing, I like, talk. I just want to do that and not be horrible assault you put on me. I want to get over that and just be, fine. And that was taken as a unwanted feelings and harassment, and that was put into my record. Anybody want to sign it, but
And when did that happen?
June 2013.
Okay, so 2013? 2013. And so that's, how did that make you feel? When,
I was very angry.
and where were you stationed then? You were in Virginia?
That's my first day in Virginia,
Okay, the assault occurred in Alaska?
Alaska.
And this is the CO from Alaska giving you this information? Okay, and where was she stationed at the time?
Here.
She was in Massachusetts? Okay. All right, so 2013, you get this news that you're basically in trouble, but you don't feel like you should be in trouble because you were assaulted. All right, so what happened then?
I think I basically, in a way, lost kind of my mind at the time. So the time that came on, and I just wasn't doing anything.
As far as work or social?
Work, as a robot, I was going to fix all the computers, phone person, phone broke, I'll fix it, but it was not in. I used to love the job, stopped loving it. Again, I know what you're doing, but it's all within the paper. I guess I'll encourage you.
What do you mean you know what I'm doing?
I've already told a story, apparently it's recorded, but you're coming in here asking me to retell you something.
Yeah, no, the only reason I'm coming in is because Detective Doble works for the Bourne Police Department, I work for the state police, so I'm showing up late. So I just trying to get some background information, that's all. I'm not, there's no, strategy to this or anything. It's not like they put me outside and then have me come in later. I have no idea what's going on. And I'd rather get it from you.
Well, I'm saying it's from me within that document.
No, I know, but I like to be here too. That's all right. I mean, I hope that you keep talking because I would rather hear it from you than wait for somebody to just show it to me.
I guess I don't really care too much. I'll tell you everything.
All right. Well, but in 2013, it seems to have been festering for a long time. And this is what I think I kind of walked in on as far as was the planning part of it. When did you start making your preparations?
Well, it was November of that same year.
Of 2013.
Went to training in Petaluma, California. And in Petaluma, that's where, for my race in the Coast Guard, was the computer training. It was for extra training. And the guy in charge of creating the tests, and for basically the guy who was in charge of ranking you up was there. We talked to my little class in there. Everything I heard from him and showing me he is taking up our rate to a horrible direction. Nothing feels right anymore in the Coast Guard. I don't want to be in the Coast Guard anymore. So then class was over, I sat in my room I was staying in, thought about, I don't want to do this anymore, no fun. But I thought about this on the outside, I don't care anymore about the outside. There's nothing for me. But then I thought back again, like, why am I thinking this way? And it always went back to Lisa. That since that point, since the assault to it being turned on me, I've lost all. It's in the paper. It's the word I was. I'm sorry.
Joie de vivre, joy of life. I just threw that at you.
I think like a little survive.
Self-esteem.
I'm also self-centered. I don't really care about that for anyone. But I wouldn't care if I was driving and a car hit me or swerving like that. Yeah, I wouldn't care what happened day to day.
So you became very depressed.
That is massive depression. Again, it's one of those things where I didn't know what depression was. I thought it was, my puppy died, I'm sad now. I didn't realize it was suicidal thoughts all the time and no emotion. And when there was emotion, it was breakdowns. And it was, horrible breakdowns. And I would think back to the point, I recorded one from the USB stick for you guys to see in the hard drive. When I was driving, I was thinking of, stuff.
Driving up from Virginia.
No, it wasn't current.
Oh, okay.
It's been, last year. I was thinking about the events, of course. I started hyperventilating. Entire arms went numb. My legs went numb. Cannot close my hands. So I was trying to drive off the side of the road. Was barely able to slam the brakes. Couldn't park. I couldn't close around the stick. Knew this was something big. Got the phone out, tried to turn on the recording device, and it's all out there after that point. But it was probably the worst one where I could not really read much. I was literally paralyzed.
And when did that happen?
That was in October.
October, this past October?
Yes.
And you said you made a recording at that time?
Yeah, well, as I knew that he was, I got in trouble because there was no visual evidence of Lisa doing her things to me.
Right.
So it's like, okay, here's something that came out, but here's some kind of evidence that's not using anything else.
And the evidence was your physical reaction?
Yes, here's a breakdown of how this happened, but this is, the fourth one now.
Did you ever go see a doctor or anything?
Yes. I saw a therapist during the investigation in Kodiak. It didn't go so great because basically...
Was that something your CO made you do?
The investigative service guys suggested it. He said you should, honestly, something happened to you. Can't prove it, but... Because I broke down in the interrogation. So, as soon as I mentioned the assaults, because there was assaults, a couple weeks later, I had my first breakdown. I was in the bathroom, I fell to the floor, or crying at that point. But when I told them that time of the breakdown, just saying the word, I broke down in front of these agents. And that's when I said it. We don't know what happened really. We hear your sad story, but you should go see it.
Now, at that time, did you ever have suicidal ideations?
No, it was just. At that point, I was actually better. I thought everything was to be worked out.
This is because after you wrote the letter.
After I wrote the letter, I was getting to the point. She got mad at me because I was like, at least she knows everything. At least she knows what she did that night. She was so blackout drunk apparently, but she was saying my name. She was walking correctly. She grabbed me, took me to her bedroom. It was.
Now, did you say other things that happened after the assault?
Yes, there was. So next worst one within October that year. We had to argue on better terms because there was an ugly fight in the summer of that year. We didn't even look at each other for a whole month.
You guys had an ugly fight summer of 12?
2012.
2012. And you saw, the first assault happened September of 2012?
Yes. It was just a verbal, military, I need you to do this, to her. She took it as me.
She was in E4, you were in E5.
Right. And basically, go get that guy, tell him to come back inside. She took it as me babying her. She came back to me, yelled in my face, saying, don't ever speak to me that way. And I put it down in so many letters all the time. I did not yell at her. I did not raise my voice. I did not get attacked. I said, hey, that guy's outside, bring him back in. Do not leave with him, bring him back inside. She did it, and he's like, baby. So after that, my normal response is, if you were to get angry at me, I would stay away from you. So, like something bad. And then after that, we did not look at each other. That's when I got really depressed at that point. It was my first actual depression. And that's where I did have suicidal thoughts at that time. It was again, it wasn't total suicide. It wasn't thinking about putting a gun to my head or, overdosing. It was, I don't care if I live or die. I'll just go through the motions and just go through existence. But I knew that was not the mindset to have. And that's where I told my boss, hey, I'm having this issue with somebody. I didn't mention her, how to resolve it and become a better person. We don't know who it was, and then we had a whole three-way talk. We realized just miscommunication. I have a weird tone of voice, very monotone. I don't express, emotions correctly. She took it as me just being verbally aggressive. She reacted in a way. Well, we realized miscommunication, became friends again, and then her wife was out of town, and then that's when she invites me over, sexually assaults me. And after that point, I didn't really realize what happened. I just knew there was no rape. That was all in my mind. No rape happened, so it's fine. But then we started tearing from then on.
When you say no rape happened, is this something you're telling yourself? Because earlier you said you had intercourse. Right?
No.
Well, no, that's what she wanted.
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't have intercourse. Okay.
So after that point, I just wanted to become friends again. Like we used to, hang out on my place. We'd play games. We'd go out and see movies.
How long were you guys friends for?
We only knew each other from 2011 to, February 2013.
Beginning of 2011 or end of?
September 2011.
Okay, so a year before the
So September 11 to 2012, September 2012, we already had 3 incidents of her getting very angry at me. So then I was trying to bring back a friendship. She said her wife doesn't like our relationship, so for me to stay away. I took that and I was like, who is this woman telling me this? I haven't seen her. I'm scared of her actually. She's the one that's been bringing this weird stuff to me. So then
The wife.
The wife. So one day in October 2012, I was leaving our work building to go change out my uniform to normal clothes. Her wife was there in her car waiting for Lisa. I looked at her and she was waving at me and smiling at me. And all I knew of her was that she hated me for some reason. So I looked at her and just kept on walking, but I'm kind of scared of her. And I glanced again and she was still smiling and waving at me. We haven't had any contact really over the whole summer. She says, hey, told her wife to stay away from me. So that just
This is coming from Lisa though,
Mhm.
Anna saying this. You ever hear it from Anna?
Since I've known Anna during that time, we've only had a couple conversations and they were all pleasant. So I just shook my head. The next day I asked Lisa, why was your wife smiling at me and waving at me? And she goes, oh, she's probably being nice. I'm like, oh, so when she's waving at me, she's being nice. When I do it, I'm apparently a creep or something. So then she yelled at me, and then after that, I told my boss, hey, we got another bad issue here. Here's the story. It's kept down low just between me and Lisa. I told my boss at the time, hey, here's what she did to me. I think that should be argued. But they kept me there. And just going to your original question, there's more context. We did not speak for another month. we were then forced to work on a cabling project for phones. It was just me and her in the room. I was still kind of, I knew something was weird, but I just wanted to be, behind the prize, just finish the job and go home. She kept touching me, kept stroking my arm, handed her a screwdriver, she would grab my arm, be down at that, grab it. I was on my knees, punching down cables, and she sat on me. And I tried to scoot away, and she placed her hand on my head. Her hand on my head. And let me know your bottom of your ass. And then we stay in position. And after that point, I just getting back to being friends. So I was like, okay, she's nice, I guess. And then that's where it was the letter I wrote her saying, hey, because we've done today over the course of the year, it's cool now because we're all nice to each other, but I just want you to know what you did to me, how I can feel. And that's where the last fall happened, the CJS station. That wanted all right.
When you transferred from Alaska, was that just your end of tour, or, okay, so there's nothing?
It was just a 2 tour from Alaska.
And when you spoke to your supervisor in Alaska about some of the things that have been going on between the two of you, is any of that documented?
Well, I followed the chain of command on that one. It was just, I was in E5. The next closest thing was a E6. No, E7. I told my E7. He told his E7, and I stayed with him. When it went to the investigation, they asked me the same question, who to go through. They kind of never went past that E7. I thought it went up the proper chain of command. Because we have a warrant officer, he was W2, and our unit, he was in charge of our whole unit in Kodiak. He never knew of it. The base, the commander of our electronic support units was not aware of it. So, but then they still put out me saying, hey, you should have came to us and told.
So really, you never left the shop, because when you get to Virginia, you find out.
And I even told, like, hey, we shouldn't be working with each other anymore. Take me away from you. I don't think you want to take her away. I realize her too, but I could go to down base or or send you away, transfer you further or something. But I need to be away from her.
So when did you transfer from there? Was that 2013? September of 2013?
Early June 2013.
Early June of 2013. And you get the letter, or you get the counseling.
Yes, and first day I was testing.
So it's kind of a crappy way to start out.
My new boss, the former meeting, how long was the trip? We got something coming your way. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know what it is. I go to receive it. Come back to him. He's like, I knew the whole time. I've been done for a month. That according to his paper, it says you abuse your power to have your way with.
That's what it was called, abuse of power. How'd that make you feel?
I was extremely.
Yeah.
But I was angry when I first read it. By the time I told him, I was angry that that's all he knew of me. Before he even met me, all he knew was on page 7 saying, this guy's a scumbag, pointing his shoes.
Right, because you have what, 30, 40 days, you get that PCS, right? Is that what you guys call it too?
Right.
So, I mean, he's sitting with that the whole time. You know that, so now it's kind of like you're starting off on the wrong foot when really you haven't done anything wrong.
And it's like now, I paid her since then.
Since that day. When did you start thinking about coming up here? She's been here the whole time, right?
Sorry, April 2014.
And what did you do to prepare?
I just knew where she worked at. Started off, the normal thoughts like, it was always a bad thought saying I want her. I didn't want to know that I was the one who told her what she did to me, where I'm at now, and that was what who took her away from the world. And it was sort of like, boys wanted on base, in my uniform, normal kind of thing, target her, and then let the military friends stand for now. But Coast Guard,
Was she at the air station or Woods Hall?
I'm not type electronic support attachments. I never been on the base here.
Okay. But that was in your mind, it was you going on the base.
My mind was just to get in contact with her.
And when you say remove her?
It's murder close.
No, I'm just trying to
to
understand. No, you can use whatever term you like. Had you owned weapons prior to that?
Yes.
How long have you owned weapons?
Since 2009.
So before the assault took place. When did you leave Virginia?
Sunday.
Sunday. Had you ever been here before?
Yes.
Before was
To see if she was going to make sure where she lived at. That had a kind of address on her. I was okay, but I didn't want to that audience for this, but the whole do not warrant kind of stuff where say, okay, here's this drug dealer's house. They go in there, it's not even the guy's house, it's the wrong address, and they kill a baby or something.
So you don't want to target the wrong residents?
Exactly, I want to make sure she was there.
you were doing reconnaissance,
Yes.
right? Just making sure the
And
location.
that was it, in October, came by. Okay.
How long were you up there for?
2 days.
Did you take time off from work?
Yes. Because I was already in the process of, because I knew I was going to be gone for good, by the way. So I already did my enlistment ends in March.
Next month?
Yes. And I already had all the paperwork in October to say, hey, I'm going job searching. Actually.
So in October, you tell the Coast Guard you're gonna go job searching. Which, do they still give you 10 or 20 days for that?
Not that.
Did you have to take,
I just took normal
you took normal leave? How long did you take?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
The first week was just to relax. Second week was
You
to
stayed in Virginia that week?
come up here.
Did you do anything that week to prepare to come up here? Get maps, you know.
All those. I didn't want to that.
So what did you do other than that? Did you bring anything with you that time?
I
Was it purely,
no, I bought a trail camera. Something to do for deer hunting, whatever.
yeah,
I just place that in front of the residents and then verify, okay, she lives up here.
did you leave the trail camera? When did you,
How did you know that you said, okay, now I know that she lives there, how did you verify that?
The internet.
So,
The internet.
looking at the camera you had set up?
Well, after the fact. Internet gave me the address and then came out here to verify that. Wasn't right about
How close are you to the family? You know,
not close at all.
so it's like you call them and, you know, tell them what's going on, you're traveling.
I already recently, like, I called them, but recently I talked to maybe my father once last year, my mother during the investigation.
Okay.
But I
Did
don't,
you make any indication about what's going on?
no, I called, just say,
There or anything like that?
no, I just called, hey, you know, it's me.
Where's mom and dad live at?
My mom, I'm not sure. My father in El Paso, Texas.
Okay. You know your dad's phone number?
No, that's kind of safe.
But will it be your cell phone?
Yes.
It will be your cell phone?
Well, obviously, I think I lost that one.
What's your father's name?
George.
George, same last name as you?
Who's the closest family member that you talked to?
My
To the
father.
siblings? The siblings?
I have 2 brothers.
So there's no direct family that you've spoken to recently?
Well, recently I talked to my mother, called her, just basically was a 4-minute conversation.
And that was how long? Okay. What did you guys talk?
Nothing, it was basically, she asked about my knee, which I had a knee issue 5 years ago. And that was it.
Do you have any siblings?
Brother, sister.
How old are they?
My brother, the youngest, would be 24. No, he'd be 24 in March. My sister,
And where do they live?
I have close friends, like real close friends, like you were talking to, like the brother.
I
or sister.
well, I basically close contact with that kid.
But I mean, is there really like a close friend that's in the military,
Yeah.
or someone you would reach out to if something's going on? Nobody? So it's
That's-
fair to say you don't want to talk to, if someone's bothering you. you want to get
The Kodiak was actually the first, now 10 years, well, military service this year. But Kodiak was 2 years ago, I never actually had this
a psychiatrist. You can talk to a psychiatrist.
during the investigation.
How long was that last contact?
May
Okay.
All right, can I just take a second? I'm gonna step out of the room. I'll be right back with Detective Donovan.
Sure.
Okay. Whatever question. Okay.
Adrian, prior to us stepping out of the room, you were discussing how when you were up here before, you were able to establish her address at school through the internet. Can you just tell us, let's go back over that a little more. How were you able to identify where the young lady was living at here in the town hall?
I found the episode on the internet, came to Bourne,
And what, so tell me when you came to Bourne, what was the day or what was the month of the
it
year?
was October 2014, after holiday.
What was that?
So it's fun to say weekend, it's weekend.
Where did you say?
Thank you for that.
Well,
What kind of research did you use when you took on your address? Did you get approval, or did someone tell you, or?
No,
I mean, you gotta have an idea, like, all right, she's
All right,
gonna-
so, hold on a second. All right, so, while you're in Virginia, correct? You decided you were gonna try to get a good address on her. And how did you do that?
through Google, typed in her name.
Okay, when you Googled her name on the internet, what did it tell you? What was the information that it supplied to you on the internet?
You live in a roundhouse, board.
Okay, and then what did you do next?
I mapped it. I put in Google Maps,
Okay,
and located where it is.
all right, so you were able to identify that address,
Mhm.
and what was the next step that you did?
Yeah, and then leave and can I verify if it was right?
Okay, and then you left Virginia, and when was that again?
No, basically, we're out for Wednesday.
Okay, so you drove up here? Okay, and what did you do when you arrived here? What was the first thing you did?
First thing was go to the hotel, check in.
Okay,
It was already pretty late, wait till very late, and I went over to that tree that was directly from his house.
was it during the daytime, was it light? Okay, so you went over there during the evening?
Yes.
What happened when you got there? And what happened when you got there?
Just make sure it was clear, the game camera on.
Okay, so you attach this game camera to what?
A tree.
And, after you left, what did you do?
I don't think it's, I just, that the, I'm the story about all this stuff I want you guys to know, I came back to the other room, spent the next couple days typing it up. And as I leave, I just came by to that game camera, picked it up.
Is that the type of thing where you download the information after the fact?
Yes,
And where did you download that?
onto the laptop.
Is that laptop with the quality?
The laptop's not, that should be in the car, so. But all the videos are on USB stick.
And what did the video from your game camera reveal to you?
Just like, and it showed me like.
What did you actually see on the camera, the footage?
Cheeks and head, I'm going from the place.
So as you indicated that you were able to say, okay, that is her, and you've been able to confirm that what information you got off of Google was correct? And then what happened after that?
Yeah, but,
Where'd you leave to go to?
go home.
Back to Virginia?
And just basically, finish preparations of this waiting.
Preparations. So in October of 2014, Columbus Day weekend, you tell me?
No, after. So the Wednesday week, got the Monday off.
Yep.
That was, we got just stayed at home.
You guys get like 96 or something?
No, I took the week. I was saying, hey, I'm gonna go search for a job.
Okay.
But I was just resting.
Like you said, okay, you took that first week to
First week off, I
relax.
did nothing. Next week, then I came out here.
Okay. But so before you put in for your leave papers, you knew that you were gonna come up here and scope out the area, confirm the address, and your intentions at that time were to come up here, and you had said earlier to remove her.
Yes.
All right, you had thoughts earlier of doing it on base.
Not so much, basically just the first, I knew that's where she worked at. I didn't know her home was. I just knew that she'd always be somewhere there.
What have you been doing since October? From October to February?
Just waiting
Just waiting to, and what made you choose?
for a second.
Excuse me?
Birthday.
Birthday?
Whose birthday?
Mine
When is your birthday?
today.
Today. So you decided that today was the day that you were gonna do this?
Yes. Like I was expecting to immediately get shot and die today. Without the tears, I knew my enlistment was over. So, and here's my birthday, so might as well just go out on that day.
Well, for what reason? Like symmetry, like just,
Thank you, Senator.
what were you thinking of?
I just like my basic service.
Yep. So from October, is that when you made the decision to do it on your birthday?
No, that was back in April.
So April of 2014? When did you make the decision to do the reconnaissance, if I could use that word?
I guess September or July.
September, July 2014?
Mhm.
But in April, you knew.
April is just a general idea. I didn't want to say more, I didn't want her to exist anymore. I just had to set it hard.
So that's when you knew it was gonna be a burglary.
Yes.
And that gave you time to figure out where she lived, confirm that. And when you went home, you check out her quality and drive back to Virginia. What are you doing at that point? To prepare.
At that point, right when I got back, the original unit I went to in Chesapeake had basically sort of closed down. I was moved to another base. Basically, I was a support for this one unit. They no longer had me as direct support, and now we're at this other unit. We're going to drive out to the fix of the base. But since that I already put my papers to bring the Coast Guard, they'll basically stay on until my group started in January. It'll be from January up until my,
So you're on terminal leave.
yes,
When did that start?
first week of January,
First week of January.
not the holiday week of the year.
What have you been doing since then?
Just relaxing, knowing that it's supposed to be my last day, but I don't have much in the way of hobbies, so it's just watching.
Like what?
Just my favorite movies. Star Trek and stuff like that.
And when you did these things, did you do them knowing that kind of your birth date was going to be what you had anticipated to be your death date?
Yes.
Did you do anything other than watch movies? Do you have any?
I've already lost the point of playing video games. That was my other hobby.
And that was something you used to do with Lisa, right?
There was a lot. I would play, but since coming to Chesapeake, whereas, you know, I was a typical guy where I was, playing games all weekend, I couldn't really play for more than 5 minutes. And that's what I was saying, I haven't really done anything. I went to promotions at work, went home, I was sat there, or I got kind of addicted to sleeping medications, like over-the-counter stuff. And I'll just use that to knock myself out. Because I had nothing else. One.
Just come home and put yourself in a vegetative state. Just, and then when you're not doing that, I mean, because what happened was pretty elaborate. So, I mean, there was some other planning involved. Is that something that you were thinking of from October, or is that something just...
Well, from once October, and I saw that here's the place, here's what it looks like, it all just easily fell into place. What I need to do was make an obstacle that will be stopped immediately, every time, and then cause a threat to where after I'm with police, cause a threat to where police officers shoot me on site. Then I guess instinct came in. That's when I shot so large.
You know, you described those firearms that you arrived up here. Where did you purchase those at?
The shotguns and Kodak. Sometime I first got there,
Do you know where it was that you bought it at?
the military base, they have an exchange there. The AR, I don't remember his name, but there was his receipt he gave me. It's at my home, so whoever gets sent there, it's just the police, they'll find it there. They won't be able to receipts, so we're about to find out. All that documentation.
In the ammo and the magazines that accompanied the firearms were also purchased at the same location?
No.
Where'd you get that?
Online.
Was that knife that you had described earlier, was that under your possession also?
Yes.
Was that under your possession upon the encounter with the police?
Yes.
And how did you get into the home?
Shotgun breach.
And where were they?
Upstairs in the bedroom.
And what did you do there?
Went to the bedroom, told him to get down, face down, under her head. They wake up high, sucking peds. Then they asked where I was, I revealed myself.
When you say you revealed yourself, did you have a mask on or
Mask
something?
on.
Did you take it off?
Yes.
What was that like?
let's just say belt harness, and it's one splits, I can just pick it up.
What was it like for you to reveal yourself?
Well, it's easier to speak. It's amazing.
What's that?
It's easier to speak because it's, you know, more, not, she moves in the song. Start calling out here.
What did you say?
I told her 2 years ago, sex assaulted me, and she would for revenge. Just back and forth. Her saying I'm sorry, and asking her why to tell me sorry 2 years ago. Just them trying to get some barter.
When you say barter, you mean?
They said, you have to do this. And then I had a pistol at the time, holster which that had a pretty constant light most of the time. Since I holstered it from the light, the AR had slung as a pressure switch light. And that's when one turned on, like, I pointed and I was really not pointed. Even though I had a job there to do, I didn't want to, I still got my firearm license. But since I was off, it was dark, and I looked downstairs, and that's when the mattress came up, and I just really that. And that's when I dropped the AR, switched to pistol, and emptied it onto where I needed these things under the mattress.
What about the other?
I tried my best not to.
So I know nothing with Anna. It's all those.
But you're not training him with a pistol.
I didn't shoot a pistol until boot camp in the Coast Guard. I hated it. I didn't like the way it felt, sort of experience. It wasn't until maybe 6 years later when I got to, I was in Yorktown, Virginia. It was my first actual unit as an IT. Just knew it was a firearm friendly state. I was interested in it, and that's when I bought my first pistol. It was 22.
How confident were you that your rounds actually struck?
Pretty popular. Just,
You guys are better. So what's close quarters? It's not like.
You indicated earlier that you said you heard a gurgling.
yes.
What did you think that was?
These last sounds.
The last sounds?
There's a verbal communication, and it was still saying stuff. But I knew,
What was Anna saying?
it basically stuff. I knew the job was done, and then she was leaving the premises to the next part,
What was the next part of her mind?
to being an engagement with the officer that. I don't know. I knew the car was some time, but I expected some other good. So I'm not sure how long I actually was inside the room, but I felt like I read it quite a bit. I thought people were.
Right, because you go through the door, so you've made some noise there. The car's already on fire. So you go upstairs. How many rounds were in the pistol?
15.
15. Did you unload it?
Yes.
What did you do with the pistol then?
It's recent mag, reload it, and force it.
And then now you move on to plan B.
Yes.
So you leave. And then what?
So you put the 22 rifle, sit there for a bit, see nothing's happening, leave, come back, not back to that spot, but to like back of the house. I have no visual of anything there. But that's I was sitting there thinking I'm already basically messing up my main intention of this was to main intention for her, and then main part was for me to go down and just sitting there, watch to see what's going to happen, but it's already not doing anything. So that's why,
Right, plan B's not coming.
that's why this is part of the 22. I made sure I mixed the magazine and racked it, make sure it's kind of separate. when they were making these rifle. And I just went around on that map, this is just a loop, and then around loop, and that's not.
So, but if your point was to basically cop by, suicide by cop, right?
Well, that's the thing where there's still the instinct there of.
Yeah, because you said earlier you saw the silhouette and you just engaged, but
Like,
and as Detective Dole said earlier, I mean, you knew by engaging, because you know this person, the next person you see is going to be armed.
yes.
So instinct took over. Is that what you're
It's not
saying?
one of those things where there is where I want to die on this.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's an easy thing.
And that's when I gave up on it, because it's horrible how I took out Lisa, just sitting there waiting for a police officer to round the corner and light me up is a, horrible thing to sit there and wait. And then my other thing was like, well, I know what's going on so far, but just imagine where I'm going to stand with my hands up and just say, who's been safe and just light them up there. But it was,
So what changed from, I mean, your will to live is zero. You said
I
you're
already
just
know that-
existing.
I already know I'm dead man. I felt like a dead man for over, I guess almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And and it's actually this part, and I know I've been talking more people after this, after I'm convicted, just know why I did this. It wasn't just a random killing or, you just say, oh, hey, here's some girls on a shoot gun. It was a very personal, revenge thing.
Is that why you wanted to stay alive?
At that point, I was like, there was one thing where I just knew that I did not want to sit there and come back outside a corner, but it's not exactly tactical finish. Advancement. I'm not sure it's started. Rather than the magazine, they're going to think about this or not. So,
But that stream of thought happens after you let one go at the office.
yes,
How many rounds did you fire at the officer?
let's say forward.
Were you confident in your point that your rounds actually struck the officer?
So I have a holographic sight on the rifle. I don't actually remember seeing the sight on the silhouette. I just know I was pointing in that direction. And I have a very good memory of the flash on my rifle. Which is probably because I never shot, I always shot a rifle off the range in the daytime or just in light areas.
Right.
And I guess, still the fact knowing that I'm engaging, a live person, just because I killed these before that, I have not, any kind of engaged in that kind of thing or never been in combat. So it's not exactly this is fun or I can't wait till he shoots me back so I can die. It is bang, 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 explosions coming from my hand basically towards this target. I should retreat so that I have to receive return fire.
Is that what you did?
Yes, that was my simple thing. There's a silicone after a firearm, engage, and fall back
Would you fall back?
to that house. That house is
Is that what we talked about a minute ago, where you kind of?
I sat there, there was some little chairs that had in the backyard. And I immediately went and sat there. Then I have a rifle where he gets head on my lap, expecting a charge, like it was not exactly a smart decision on their side to charge.
If that had happened, that was your intentions. If you would see, several people come at you while you're sitting there with your rifle in your lap, what were your intentions going to be?
I think if I had heard it, I would have shouldered it. But it would have been a very dramatic movement.
And for the reason of,
To say, hey, here's the guy pointing up at me, engage him, just like how I engaged that officer.
So what changed?
It's the waiting that changed.
Yeah, and that happened earlier too.
Yes, and then that's why I got that snow bank and said I gotta start, moving in, because it's, you know,
Screw me in mind.
even this whole year of me going, I'm gonna die on stage, it's still not exactly a pleasant thing to have in your mind. And when you're at the actual point of saying, it's time, you know, but I'm just sitting here for it to happen, waiting, instead of it just happening.
In your mind, was it kind of boom, 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 boom?
Yeah, it was, whenever I was saying those things, I was just staring and looking. There was no thoughts until this is done, move. And then I moved, satisfied. It was just looking, it's done, move. That's how I went about it.
And that's when you make the decision to discard everything. You ended up just walking down the hill?
Yes, I had my hands up, I shouted, I think I said I surrendered. I said, unarmed, my hands were up. And I stood underneath the light, the lamppost, so we could see everything.
You did that by design. You walked there you walked to the light so that people could see that you were unarmed.
I didn't walk, because coming from that backyard area, there's a lit path, but it's also elevated to where objects coming up from that path is in the darkness, looking upwards, and all they would see is a movie head or something.
Right.
So I wanted to get away from the path onto the main roundhouse road and then get into a light.
So you have a pretty good idea of what you were doing. Okay.
How do you feel right now? Not everything.
Outside, again, I haven't had feeling in a while. And I do, you know, during this whole time, I've had the images of, you know, the pistol going off, you know, at the mattress. I didn't see the immediate aftermath. I just know I took a life at that point. But it was a life I wanted to take.
You've been thinking about it for a long time.
Yes.
How do you feel now that it's done? Like what I was explaining actually.
Job's done.
It's just a job.
Basically, that was the job that had to be done before I closed the shop.
And when you say close up shop, you mean end your life on your birthday, which is today? I mean, you only got halfway done. How do you feel about that?
I was thinking about it, I was on the floor, when I was walking towards the officer, I was thinking about, like, you know, I'm like, why are we doing this now?
You mean we?
You know, I'm all outside the camera, kind of talking to it so often. So I put it down, I was like,
What type of, like a GoPro?
it's sort of, it's like an action camera.
You had that on you the whole time?
Yes. And it has a very bright green light, and that's right. And this is everything where I took it off. Because I was thinking about going to light me up as I think it's a explosive device or something that's strapped to me.
And you took that, where you put that?
That hand was the same device, but it's,
Okay.
All right.
So, okay.
Yeah, I have no further questions.
I think I'm good.
All right,
Do you have any questions for us, Adrian?
I guess you guys can't really answer, but I didn't hit any civilians. Those shots of that.
Shot a cop. I know he's not considered a civilian, but
We don't know what condition he's in right now. To our knowledge, we don't know if he's shot on civilians.
all right, so I'm gonna turn this tape off. It's 6:19 a.m.
Again, I'd offer that just as an exhibit.
No objection.
Next number exhibit.
67.
Jurors. I've got to turn my attention back to the Nantucket case. It still requires some of my time today. So That's as far as we get for today, and it's almost quitting time for a jury anyway. Ever mindful of all my admonitions, enjoy your evening. Please be in your jury room ready to go at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your patience. Stay away from the media. Thank you.
Court all rise for the jury.
What's Jim's number? 688. Come get exhibits.
All right, the jury's out of the room. Anything further on this case today?
Very briefly, Your Honor, Mr. Barris has called the Bourne Police Department. They're going to see if there's something that they can do. So I'm just asking if we could wait till tomorrow to
Sure, of
discuss it.
course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
And Linda, do you want 5 minutes? You're good? All right. The gentleman from NPR, I did get your note. The short answer to it is the media stands no different than the general public. If I started handing out transcripts to you, I'd be handing them out to everybody. And we just simply aren't equipped to do that. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. All right, set it up for Madison, please.
We'll come back. We'll come back and get this stuff after they're done.
Yep.